Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. Lori Gilbert here in studio, and this is the first program, the first live broadcast of 2026, and so happy to have one of our favorite people join us in studio today. Cheryl Miller is here, California Trail Interpretive Center Ranger, and we are off and running at the races. It looks like the Trail Center has just got tons of great things to look forward to, Cheryl.
Oh my gosh, so excited to be here. Happy New Year, Lori.
Happy New Year. And we know the Trail Center accomplished so much in 2025, and yet you managed to come up with all these new and exciting programs and collaborators in the new year.
Oh yeah, Lori, always trying to keep it fresh for our community and always trying to keep it fresh for ourselves. You know, it can get boring if you're always doing the same thing. And so we're always looking for something new and just looking for cool and interesting ways to engage our community and, spread the word about stewardship of not only our history, which is, of course, super important, but also the stewardships of this beautiful landscape that surrounds us.
That explains why Nevada Outdoor Schools is one of your favorite partners, and there's more to come in this new year. In fact, I have a whole flyer in front of me. We can just start going over some of these really cool special events.
We have so many great programs coming up in January. We couldn't even hardly fit them all on the flyer. So this month, you'll notice all of the icons are a little bit smaller. We've got some special programs that we will be putting on just for the Cowboy Poetry Gathering.
Nice.
But we'll be starting here on January 9th with a brand new series called Explore and Create. And it's going to start at 10 a.m., like I said, on January 9th. And this Explore and Create is going to focus on owls. So this is a brand new program, monthly program, that we've started with a wonderful volunteer. Her name is Carol. Shout out to Carol. And what she's going to be doing is picking a new and different animal every month. And the first part of the program will be the Explore part. And we'll have some representatives from the Nevada Outdoor School come in and talk about that animal, talk about how they make their way through their ecosystem, what their habitat is, all of their special features, and then Carol will lead a creative project. So this month you'll be doing a little watercolor of an owl, and then each month we'll have a slightly different creative project, and it will all be focused on local wildlife.
Very nice. And we have so much wildlife to choose from. And I noticed that these programs are strategically, or at least the January 9th one, it's on Fridays, right?
This one is going to be the first Friday, except January, of every month for the next 6 months. So January 9th, of course, is the second January.
Yes.
Today's the first. But from here on out, it will be the first Friday. And it will be at 10 a.m. So we're hoping that this will get a little different crowd out since school is out on Fridays. And also we're doing it mid-morning, so hoping that we can grab some of those families before they get too busy and get on to lunch.
Yeah, what a great idea. And again, it's something to help parents, to help educators, and to help the students as they learn and have fun at the same time. All the events that Cheryl and I are talking about today, unless we indicate otherwise, are offered free to attend, and materials are often included in this experience too.
That's right, Lori. Thanks for bringing that up. And another thing to mention is that all of these programs are really for all ages. So you'll hear me referring to children, you'll hear me referring to families, but really everyone is welcome at all of these different programs. And I think there's a little bit of something for everyone. So don't be afraid if you're not in the age group that I'm describing. Everyone is welcome and everyone has a great time.
It's just a great atmosphere at the California Trail Interpretive Center for the month of January, kicking it off with an Explore and Create session featuring owls, of which we have many species here in northeastern Nevada. And who doesn't love owls?
Of course. When I was camping out at the Ruby Marshes last fall, I heard a bighorned owl, and the hooting at night was one of the highlights of my trip. And so I'm hoping all of you out there have heard an owl hoot. And if not, that's your homework for this summer, is to get out somewhere beautiful and listen for those owls.
Oh, that's great. You'll have a chance to learn more about it during this upcoming session next Friday, January 9th at the California Trail Interpretive Center. And then Brenda is such a friend to the community. I got to drop in while she was conducting a class for Great Basin College Continuing Education, Cheryl, and she just shares her joy and her talent talent with the whole community and at the Trail Center too.
Absolutely. She is such a gem, and you'll find her teaching people to sew everywhere in town. So we're so lucky to have her leading a sewing project at 1 p.m. on January 11th. And that is a Sunday. So those of you that like to get out and about and do projects on Sunday, this one's for you. And what she's going to be leading is a project making hand and neck warmers. And what you'll be using is all cotton fabric, all cotton thread, and then rice that will go inside the warmer so you can pop them in the microwave, warm them up, and then use them on those sore muscles that you might have in your neck, or maybe just pop one into your pocket so your hands can stay warm.
That's a really wise idea. Find out how to sew those things. You can use the old-fashioned treadle machines if you like, which is always a treat. But get to learn something new, and the supplies and materials are also provided. That's very cool.
Exactly.
Yay.
And I forgot to mention that, of course, Paisley will be in use,
Great.
which is, of course, the hand treadle machine that Lori so graciously donated to the center. And Brenda's going to insist that you use the hand treadle machine. So, and it's very easy, it's very fun, and she is a very good teacher.
Oh, yeah. And they're such beautiful machines. I mean, that's the thing about those pioneer machines. I call them the original. That means there's no electricity. You're just pedaling away with your feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is especially fun for kids who don't realize that machines used to work without electricity.
Yes.
That we provide the power with our foot and, the wonderful breakfast we ate this morning. And so it's really a treat for kids who haven't experienced that type of, old-timey technology.
Of course, these are fun, free activities at the California Trail Interpretive Center, open winter hours, by the way, and I know we can get to that as well. Also on the flyer, Nevada Outdoor School's Nature Investigators courses.
Yes, this is a wonderful series that the Nevada Outdoor School is hosting at the California Trail Center. So each week, young explorers will have an opportunity to investigate ecosystems, adaptations, and to get a deeper understanding of the beautiful landscape that surrounds us. There is a program for kindergarten through second grade, and that one is going to be Fridays at 1 p.m. And then the other program that is for third through fifth grade is going to be at 2:30 Fridays at the California Trail Center. Again, this is going to run January 9th through February 6th. Space is limited, so make sure that you call the Nevada Outdoor School to register. And their phone number is on the flyer. It's also 775-777-0814. And again, that's the Nevada Outdoor School, and that is to register for nature investigators.
Nice. It's so fun to have classes with Macy and the team that she puts together to make this happen. I know teachers really appreciate Nevada Outdoor School and these experiences as much as parents do too.
They are an incredible partner. We love when they come out to the center. We love not only their energy, but the energy that all of their participants bring, all of their visitors bring. Watching a kindergartner learn about nature and discover new things is really an incredible joy that I get to experience, once a week when Nevada Outdoor School comes out and runs these programs.
Oh, Cheryl Miller is our ranger with California Trail Interpretive Center. Thank you, Cheryl. We always look forward to our visits, and obviously they had a little snowshoe. No, they didn't have enough snow for snowshoes, but they had a little hike, I think just yesterday or the day before, a New Year's hike, a local group, and you're going to be offering the same thing through the Trail Center. It's a group of people. People can just get together and meet each other for the first time, families, singles, whatever you might be.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be offering a hopefully snowshoe hike. We're praying for snow over here. Everyone join us and help us. We'd love to have some snow on the ground. For January 16th at 10 a.m., that is going to be our snowshoe hike at the Talbot Trailhead. So if you're not familiar with the Talbot Trailhead, it's going to be the first trailhead on your left as you pass the Powerhouse picnic area as you start your way up Lamoille Canyon. And don't worry, if we don't have snow, we will still be hiking. Just be ready for some mud. And we did not advertise this, but Nevada Outdoor School is going to be hosting a campfire and s'mores after the hike.
Nice.
So no matter if it's snowy or muddy or warm, come on out and end the morning with a s'more.
And that's going to be January 16th, as you said.
That's right, at 10 a.m. And that one is a Friday. So again, Lori, trying to mix up our programs across the weekend, and you'll see later, even across the week, to give everyone an opportunity to come on out and learn, explore, have fun, and create those community connections. If we're not connecting with each other, then we are not part of this wonderful community and supporting each other. So come on out and meet some of your community members.
And if your New Year resolution was to get a little less Facebook time, well, this is a perfect program for you, because all of these opportunities, like Cheryl's describing, they're available to individuals as well as families. And as you said, you don't have to be children to enjoy this, especially some of these group activities like the snowshoe hike. That's wonderful.
Exactly, Lori. You bring up a really good point in that there are no screens involved in all of these activities. And so come on out, you can unplug, get off of social media, interact with real people. Remember when we used to do that, Lori?
Yes, missing those days for sure.
Come on out and interact with real people, have some fun, and maybe even make a new friend.
This is all happening at California Trail Interpretive Center in collaboration with other community groups. The Trail Center is located just 8 miles west. Take the I-80 Hunter exit and you're there. It's like 5 minutes from Elko. It's incredibly close.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump, Lori.
It really is. And admission is free. And we'll be talking more about that, as well as some other, like the winter hours and how you can take the entire family and enjoy afternoon activities or see the exhibits for the first time, or maybe even suggest future projects and programs, because you're always looking for volunteers.
Absolutely, and we're always looking for new ideas. So if you've got an idea, just like Carol had, to start this new series called Explore and Create, we would love to hear it. And that's how wonderful things happen. People bring good ideas to us, we workshop it, we put it together, and then we try it out in the community. So please bring us your ideas. Anytime you come in, we always love to hear them.
Thank you, Cheryl, for reminding us again of the joy we can find just simply in community and with each other, and all of these programs, again, free of charge. So that's just about halfway through January. And as you mentioned, you'll be ramping up for the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering, which is January 26th through the 31st. But what's this class? This is something, I say class, but it's an experience with Morse code.
That's right. Did you ever wonder how people communicated long distances before the telephone?
Well, I understand that they did, but it's hard to comprehend unless you see it demonstrated.
That's right. So if you ever wondered, this is going to be your opportunity to learn about it and figure it all out and try it out for yourself. So we've got a program called Fun with Morse Code on January 24th at 1 p.m. It will be talking about the history of Morse code. It will be talking about the fundamentals, and then you will get an opportunity to try tapping out your own Morse code with some of the little devices that you would do the tapping on. So you'll learn a little bit, but you'll experience more during this program, January 24th at 1 p.m. called Fun with Morse Code.
You know who I bet would also love this program, Cheryl? The ham radio operators. They have an amazing local group. So.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that, but I bet they would. And you know what? You might find other friends that love to communicate in sort of these more old-timey or old-fashioned ways. Come on in and share your experience with us too. I think that's really the fun of programs for me, is when people come in and they share their experiences or their tips and tricks. And so bring your experience, bring your stories, and come have some fun with Morse code.
That's on January 24th, 1 o'clock at the California Trail Interpretive Center. And then what's this? I didn't know that cowboys did graffiti.
They sure did. And this kicks off our weekday programs for the Cowboy Poetry Gathering. So as you all know, Elko gets real busy that week in January. And so we put on special programs. So every day during the week, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th, we will have a special program just for our community and those that are here to experience the Cowboy Poetry Gathering. And as you mentioned, our first program is going to be about cowboy historic graffiti. And that's going to be on January 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that is a tabletop activity that people can come in anytime during those 4 hours and experience. And we've got these really cool sandboards where you can actually etch in your own graffiti and take it home with you. So again, you'll learn a little bit about the historic graffiti, and then you'll get to make your own and take it home with you.
That's great. That begins the Cowboy Poetry Series at the California Trail Interpretive Center again, Wednesday the 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's not all. I mean, and this is already popular, and we haven't even talked about it yet. The Secrets of the Sagebrush.
I'm so excited. Lori, this is my program that I'm developing. I don't do very many programs at the center because I have lots of other things that I'm supposed to be doing and worrying about and organizing, but I love doing programs, and I love meeting the community, and I love making stuff from nature. So Secrets of the Sagebrush, Nature's Powerhouse of the West, is going to be a hands-on program where we're actually making sage salve. So I've been developing the product. I just made a few more tins this weekend on my days off. I've been infusing oil. I've been melting beeswax, coming up with water bath techniques. And so this is going to be a program on January 29th at 1 p.m. And this is really important. You must register for this program. I only have room for 30 participants because each person is going to leave with their own tin of big sagebrush salve. And obviously that takes lots of supplies and lots of planning, lots and lots of planning, Lori. And so if you are interested in this program, again, this is Secrets of the Sagebrush, making sagebrush salve from our local environment. It's going to be January 29th at 1 p.m. Please go to our website and register. Right now, we've got about 18 people registered, so we've only got 12 spots. So if you're interested in this program, and I promise you it's going to be a lot of fun, please go and register now so that you get your spot.
CaliforniaTrailInterpretiveCenter.org. That's the website.
That's right, Lori.
Yep, super easy. And honestly, the more I think about it, over all the many years, Cheryl, all the many things I love about Elko, including family and friends and my job, the sagebrush is always really, the smell of the sagebrush is just intoxicating. And now to know that there are these healing, medicinal possible qualities to something, and you're working on this. So thank you for doing that.
It is so my pleasure. I love playing with plants. I love making things from nature. And the fact that sagebrush is one of the most common plants in the West just beckons me to make something from it. And it turns out, I don't want to release all of my secrets,
of course,
because that's for the program, but it turns out sagebrush is one of the most powerful plants in the West in terms of medicinal properties, use among both Europeans and Native Americans. It's just an incredible plant, and I can't wait to share all of this with you guys. So come on out on the 29th, meet me in person, and go home with your own tin of big sagebrush salve.
Nice. And make sure you register in advance. We don't want any disappointed fans. CaliforniaTrailInterpretiveCenter.org. Well, that's not all. You're going to wrap things up with Cowboy Suds.
That's right. We got a couple more fun programs, you guys, if there wasn't enough to look forward to. So Macy out of the Nevada Outdoor School is going to lead a soap crafting workshop that she's calling Cowboy Suds on January 30th at 1 p.m. And just to reiterate that this is during the week, so this is a Friday, 1 p.m., hands-on crafting soap with Macy. So she'll talk a little bit about the history, how pioneers would have stayed clean on the trail, because it's not just about aesthetics, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta smell somewhat presentable, and it's for your health too, health and hygiene.
Absolutely. So not only so that people would want to hang out with you, but also so that you could keep yourself healthy and clean. Soap was an important part of the trail and an important part of what they would have been bringing with them in the wagons. So Macy will walk you through making the soap, and you'll get to leave with your own a few little bars of your own soap that you made and scented yourself. Again, that's January 30th at 1 p.m. Cowboy Suds with Macy from Nevada Outdoor School.
Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl Miller from the California Trail Interpretive Center. And we're just about through the month of January, but not quite, because there's another very popular activity that happy to see you're continuing this in the new year.
That's right. So Bows and Throws, which is a monthly program out of the California Trail Center, is going to continue. It will be the last day of the month, so at 1 p.m. on January 31st. And this Bows and Throws event is going to feature axe throwing. So just to throw out a mention that you need to be 8 years or older to do axe throwing. We had some tears last week from a 5-year-old, but that's okay. We all learn through life and through our experiences. And so just want to put out a reminder that axe throwing is for those that are 8 years and older.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's got to be some rubber axes out there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yes, California Trail Interpretive Center offers the axe throwing. So that is on the 31st. That's adorable. It's hard to be the little sibling sometimes, isn't it?
It is. And I was the youngest in the family. And so I can so relate. And let me just tell you, by the end of his visit, he had stickers, he had Junior Ranger books, and he was skipping out that door. So part of what I love to do is turn that frown upside down and get them really excited about what they can do, because we all have hurdles in life. We all have things that we can and can't do. And so it's really important for us to learn, even as a 5-year-old, that we can't always do what we want to do, but there are lots of other things in life that we can do and lots of other things to look forward to. So one of my favorite things about the center is always dealing with the visitors that present themselves, that show up on that day, whether they're crying or happy. We are going to do our best to send them out that door with a smile and a sticker.
Oh, Cheryl, and thanks for reminding us, because California Trail Interpretive Center is this great local amenity that we want to encourage local families, communities to enjoy. But at the same time, it's really important for visitors. And sometimes that emotional experience can come when someone learns just about the trials or the hardship, or they find the name of an ancestor listed right there in your archive.
Absolutely. So many wonderful things to be discovered. But it's not always a happy adventure, just like the pioneers on the trail, right? They faced hardships, but they also experienced glory and joy. And so we're always prepared for whatever presents itself out at the center. And that's honestly one of the things that I love, is you never know who's going to walk through that door. Is it going to be a tour bus of, 50 people from another country? Is it going to be, a small class of kindergartners? Is it going to be a family who just needs a break and just needs a few moments to stretch their legs and think about something else? We're there for them. Anyone that comes through the door while we're open, we're there for you.
California Trail Interpretive Center. It's just 8 miles west of Elko. Take the Hunter exit. It's quick to get there, and by the time you're in, you're going to be there for a while, because there's so much to take in and enjoy, again, with free admission. And just like Cheryl was describing, all these human experiences and the joy that music can bring, how different cultures celebrate holidays, enjoying the food, everything that goes along with being human, just in an entirely different era and depending on the environment.
Absolutely. And another really wonderful way to explore our environment is through art. And I forgot to mention that on Wednesday, January 28th, our Nevada Wild Art Show opens up in the South Fork Room. So all of the art is going to start arriving around the 20th, and we will have it all up, posted, and labeled by the 28th. So if you're someone that loves art and nature, or either one, come on out and check out the art that we'll have hanging up soon by the end of the month in the South Fork Room.
Oh, that's fantastic. On Wednesday, January 28th. I know there's a lot going on. So, and not only that, you're already in the planning. Well, you've been planning since the last California Trail Days, but you're really ramping up. This year's going to be extra special, Cheryl, if you wouldn't mind telling us.
Oh my gosh, you can't stop me, Lori. I have so many wonderful and fun plans for America 250 Trail Days for this year, 2026. This is the first day that I've been able to say this year because it's finally 2026. Because you're right, we've been planning this for at least 6 months already, and we've got 6 more months to go. Or I guess we've only got 5 more months to go now. Oh my goodness. And so you're right. Our trail days that we have every year is going to be bigger and better, because we're also going to be celebrating America 250, which of course is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And we are going to be, the California Trail Interpretive Center is going to be the Bureau of Land Management Nevada signature site for their signature America 250 Trail Days event.
All eyes are going to be on us?
That's right. We're going to be the big event for the entire state for the Bureau of Land Management. So we are really excited. No pressure, of course, no pressure. We're going to pull this all off, and it's going to be amazing. And I know we're still 5 months away, but we have so many fun things planned. One of the things that I'm really excited about is we're going to have an amazing patriotic opening. So I'm working with a color guard that's going to come in and bring the flags and play a bugle. I've got a Shoshone medicine man who's going to give us a blessing. We're hopefully going to have a tiny singer who's going to lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner. And I don't want to give away any secrets, but there might be a big bang.
Wow. Okay, we can only imagine. What would the pioneers use for a big bang, Cheryl?
I don't know. You're going to have to come out and find out, Lori. I know you'll be there.
Yes, would not miss it. June 6th and 7th. So plan family vacations. Everybody else is going to be coming here. So make sure you're here and that you greet family and friends for America 250 Trail Days at the Trail Center.
That's right. Start inviting family and friends to Elko that weekend, because we are going to have dancers. We are going to have Dutch oven cook-offs. We are going to have reenactors. We are going to have contests. We are going to have music. We are going to have door prizes. We're going to have speakers talk about the female prospectors of Nevada. We're going to have 4-H kids out with their adorable animals. It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be huge. And of course, celebrating America 250 right here with our very own California Trail Interpretive Center. Now, Cheryl, you've only been at the center a couple of years. Is that true?
It'll be 2 years in March, so
That's
I'm almost there.
You have accomplished so much. You and the talented, dedicated staff that you surround yourself with, and we just can't tell you how much we appreciate, because just hearing that lineup, it's so exciting. I got goosebumps.
We're so excited, and I cannot tell you how lucky I am to be on this team, to be here in Elko, Nevada. We have a wonderful team of not only BLM staff, but also partners, volunteers, longtime supporters like you, Lori, Jan Peterson, Helen Hankins, all of the wonderful people out there supporting us every day. And it is my pleasure, it is my joy to be there with the community, to be there for you, and to show up for my community and hopefully provide programs and experiences that they're looking for. Again, we're always open to ideas. We're always looking for volunteers. So come out and see us at the California Trail Center.
Oh, Cheryl, thank you. We'll send folks, not only send them your way, but volunteers. I'm glad you mentioned Helen Hankins. There is an important fundraising and awareness raising arm of the California Trail Interpretive Center, honoring the legacy of those who created the center. They were local people. It wasn't an agency coming in and saying, we're going to do this for you. It was a local initiative in which people said, this history is important. We need to tell our stories, the stories of the first people, as well as the pioneers, the immigrants, the people who continue to make their homes here, and what we treasure and celebrate as a culture and a society. So if you would like to continue this mission, you can contribute to the foundation, right, Cheryl?
Absolutely. The California Trail Heritage Alliance is an incredible group. I'm meeting with them next week, and they're full of wonderful people like Helen, and they're doing really good work. One of the things that people don't realize is that not all of the trail has been discovered and recorded yet. And they are the ones that are out actually discovering parts of the trail, like maybe even today.
It's preserved?
It is not even preserved yet.
Wow.
So what they do is they read journals, look at maps, look at accounts, and they triangulate all of these things to identify places of the trail that have not been GPSed and recorded yet. They'll get permission from the landowners. They'll bring out metal detectors and cadaver dogs and other types of scientific instruments to determine if that's part of the trail. And if it is, they collect the GPS points, they send those to the National Park Service, and the Park Service will add that to the national maps as part of the historic trail. So they are doing incredible work every single day, preserving the trail and making sure that it is on the maps, GPSed, and that our federal agencies are actually working to protect it.
Right. Protection is so important, that preservation, protection, because we have not paved over so much of this history that's so important to so many people. And you can be part of that effort by becoming an Alliance member through the local foundation. Obviously, reach out to Helen Hankins. I know she would love to have more volunteers. And again, that's how the center was created in the first place. Is they call themselves the Rutnuts, Cheryl, and I know you heard all about them and their wonderful desire and passion. And they would take their own families out and friends, and then the circles grew. And if it weren't for them, who knows where this history would be? It would either be forgotten or, sadly, maybe dug up and sold at swap meets, or right? I mean, you just don't know.
Exactly. And if you want to spend time with these wonderful people and learn more about how they are preserving this history and how they're preserving the trail, we're going to have some field trips the Friday before Trail Days. So Friday, June 5th, the California Trail Heritage Alliance, which is our friends group, our supporters group, the ones behind the California Trail Center creation, if you want to meet them, if you want to ask them about grave witching, which is incredible, if you want to ask them about preserving the trail, mark on your calendar Friday, June 5th. They're going to be offering long field trips, short field trips. Last year, you had to have your own four-wheel drive. This year, you're going to be able to go in a passenger car. They're also going to offer half-day trips. So keep your eyes peeled. Look for events on our website, but there'll be some really fun field trips offered in conjunction with Trail Days 2026.
Thank you for that reminder, Cheryl. Again, dates to put on the calendar, June 5th now for the field trips, 6th and 7th. So don't go anywhere. Invite your family and friends here for America 250 Trail Days, and then to be part of those field trips. Keep watching for announcements because you do need to make reservations. And I can just tell you, it is the most amazing feeling to put yourself in pioneer shoes and stand out and look at the vistas and landscapes that are largely unchanged, except for, and it was pointed out to me in a kind way, that there's different vegetation. And those are the things that we also study because we better understand our wildlife species and our native plants that you're so interested in by exploring and discovering these trails and sites and comparing the diaries.
That's right. And with knowledgeable people, I don't know about you, Lori, but the field trip I went on last year right before Trail Days was one of the highlights of my year. I learned so much, and I got to ask the actual historians all of those burning questions that I have. And it was just an incredible way to connect with the community, connect with the history, and understand what has changed and what is still mostly the same since the pioneers came through, in the 1800s.
How fortunate are we that we get to live in Nevada and enjoy these great spaces, landscapes, adventures, and the activities hosted by California Trail Interpretive Center. That's the website to bookmark. You can download, I think you have an app, I think. There's something, I think the foundation may. Okay, no, not yet anyway. I think that's probably something that was being discussed. But you can find all these hands-on activities, again, free of charge. Do you recall winter hours off the top of your head?
Yeah, so we will be sticking with our winter hours. It's going to be Wednesday through Sunday, 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Okay, that's easy. And it's free admission. Yeah.
That's right. Always free admission, and the programs are always free. And we love to meet people. I've been here long enough that I'm starting to have kids recognize me in the grocery store, which I love. Please keep doing that.
Yes.
And so hopefully you'll come out and see some old friends, maybe make some new friends out at the California Trail Center.
Cheryl Miller is our guest today. She represents California Trail Interpretive Center, our local Elko BLM district, hard at work alongside our many collaborators, volunteers, and community efforts to preserve our local history and to continue this treasure that belongs to all of us. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Lori. It's always a pleasure.
Happy New Year, everybody, and thank you again for listening to Elko Live today on KELK.